Hey there, and welcome back to the Clarity to CEO podcast. I am your host, Philippa Channer, and this month we're talking all about building a strong brand voice. Now, last week in episode 217, we covered what brand voice actually is, why it matters, and how it forms the foundation for all your marketing. Now, today we're going practical. You're learning how to actually make your content sound like you. Whether you're writing an Instagram caption, recording a podcast, or crafting a sales email, the goal is simple: authenticity plus consistency. And remember, this isn't just about personal expression, it's about strategic positioning. As a growth stage entrepreneur, your brand voice is one of the most valuable leadership tools you have. The more clearly and confidently you sound like you, the more you attract the kind of clients that are ready for the next level of transformation that you're offering. And so let's step into this like CEOs, not content creators, and master this. And so if your marketing has ever felt or still feels like just really busy and not effective, then each month I have a free live workshop for women entrepreneurs who want to stop guessing and start making confident marketing decisions. This is the Strategic Marketing Canvas Workshop, where we are going to work through the core strategy pieces that most people skip. So you leave knowing exactly what to focus on next and take your business to the next level. It's live, it's interactive, and it's free to attend. So grab your free pass using the link in the show notes so I can see you there. Again, it's every month, so I'm looking forward to seeing you. Now let's talk about how to make your content sound like you. First, we're talking about authenticity over perfection. Your audience isn't looking for perfection. They're looking for connections. And connection happens when your content feels like a conversation and not a performance. So how do we get to that? First, we want to write like you speak. This might sound obvious, but it's a game changer. When you're writing your content, whether it's a caption, a newsletter, or a blog, you should be writing like you're talking to a real person. Use contractions like you're instead of you are. Ask questions. Add rhythm, pauses, even occasionally, girl, listen, if that's your style. Here's a pro tip. You want to record yourself explaining a topic or an idea, then transcribe it. That's your voice in its rawest, most natural form. That's where you're most comfortable, authentic, and that's your voice. If you're a talker more than a writer, let your talking lead the way. Next, you want to use signature phrases. You know how some people are known for their little catchphrases or taglines? You can create that too, just naturally. Look at your past content and pull out phrases or themes that you say often. These become part of your brand identity. For me, you've probably heard me say keep shining or clarity before content. You're not meant to hustle 24/7. You're meant to lead. These aren't manufactured. They're just phrases that reflect how I think and teach. Your brand voice becomes stronger when people recognize you without even seeing your name. The next step is to know who you're talking to. Your content should sound like you, but it should also connect with them. Ask yourself, what language does my ideal client use? What's their emotional state when they're encountering my content? Are they stressed, curious, or excited? And do they respond better to high energy encouragement or calm reassurance? Let your tone flex based on the content while still sounding like you and being authentic. There's another really insider tip. We cover this deeply in the workshop that I'm going to be leading every month. So it's a major part of building a strategic brand voice. I would love to see you there so you can learn more about it there. Next step is to embrace imperfection. This is a tough one for most perfectionists, but it's so important. I want you to stop trying to polish your content into sounding like everyone else. If you're casual, then I want you to be casual. If you're sassy, let it shine. If you're faith-led, speak with your values. Your people will connect with you, not your filters. You want them to meet you online and feel like they're already had a coffee chat with you. So be yourself, be authentic, show up as you and let yourself shine. And the people that are your audience and that are meant to find you will find you. And then last thing is to use formatting to enhance your voice. Your layout, punctuation, and structure all help your voice come through more clearly. So some ideas is to use line breaks to emphasize key points. You can also use emojis if that fits your brand. Use all caps strategically, not all the time, but strategically to emphasize certain words or feelings. You can even use like bold in the same way, maybe bolding certain parts of your sentences or phrases to really have certain parts stand out. And then you can also vary your sentence length to match your rhythm. Content that's easy to read is more likely to be heard. And you know what? I have one more point. I said last thing, but I have one more point actually. I want you to get feedback and adjust. Sometimes the best way to refine your voice is to ask others what they hear. So try this. Share a piece of content and then ask a business bestie that you have or a mentor that you may have if you have one, does this actually sound like me? And then revisit high performing posts from the past and look at the difference. What's the difference between some of the content that isn't performing then versus the ones that are performing? And what tone did you use? You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You just need to tune in to your strengths and really focus on those. Right? Your brand voice is not about sounding like a professional copywriter. It's about sounding like you on your best, clearest, most confident day. Now, here's the CEO level layer of this conversation. Making your content sound like you isn't about vibe. It's about ownership. When your brand voice reflects your authority, you show up with more ease. You repel the wrong clients much faster. You attract aligned opportunities and partnerships. And you start building a brand that outlasts trends. CEOs don't just create content to fill a calendar. They create content that reflects their values, vision, and voice. This means being intentional, choosing words and formats that reinforce your leadership, not just entertain your audience. If you're evolving as a brand, if you're stepping into bigger rooms or launching new offers, your voice should evolve with you. That's not losing yourself, that's leading your audience through transformation. When you make your content sound like you're going to attract the right people. You're going to repel the wrong ones. Yes, that's a good thing. And you're going to feel good about showing up consistently. It's your voice. You want to own it, refine it, and let it be your marketing superpower. Now, again, here's a CEO level challenge for you this week. I want you to look at your last 5 posts or emails that you've sent. For each of those posts or emails, you need to ask yourself, is this the way I want to be known? Would I be proud to have this quoted in a keynote or somebody else to quote me on it? And is this the voice of someone leading a company, or is this the voice of someone just trying to be seen? If it's not quite there, I need you to start tweaking it. Your voice has power, but only if you own it. All right, thanks again for hanging out with me today. If this episode gave you some clarity on how to start showing up more authentically online, you're already ahead of the game. However, if this episode helped you realize your content still feels too meh or middle of the road, it's time to work on that and fix that. If this resonates with you and you want help applying this kind of thinking to your own business, join me for the Strategic Marketing Canvas Workshop. Again, it's free, it's live, and the link is in the description so you can sign up right away. And next week in episode 219, we're going to talk about the common messaging mistakes that confuse your audience and how to avoid them so you can build trust and traction much faster. Until then, speak confidently and of course, keep shining.